Alright, so Xbox, man, they at it again, aren't they? Game Pass is going up in prices again. We all know this already. Apparently, they also have a plan to roll out a free tier with ad support. I mean, because every gamer loves more than a loading screen is a commercial break. Yeah, I don't know. Look, I've got thoughts because this doesn't just feel like, oh, inflation or we improving the value, blah, blah, blah. This feels like Xbox looking at the bill after the Activision deal and going,
oh shit,
we might have overspent. Quick, raise the prices, throw in some ads, and tell them its value. So let's talk about what's really going on here. Why this whole thing feels like less power your dreams, more like power our profits, you know? So yeah, let's dig in a little bit. I mean, I'm not going to get into the details because you already know this is all news at this point. The rundown is, Game Pass Ultimate more expensive, PC Game Pass also more expensive. It's going up like 50% price hike. Even all the tiers are getting a shake up. It's crazy. And honestly, none of this is super shocking when you realize they reportedly lost around $300 million US dollars by including Call of Duty Black Ops 6 in Game Pass subscription on day one. $300 million. That's not a typo. That's what happens when you take one of the biggest selling games of all time and just give it away in a subscription. And when you add that to $82 billion they've spent acquiring Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda, and a small army of other studios, it started to look like Xbox sat down with their accountant, looked at the books, and went,
oh shit, we made a boo-boo, and now you gotta pay.
I mean, I kind of get it. Big moves, they cost big money to companies, but this whole Netflix for games dream doesn't really scale the same way. Movies and TV shows, you can pump those out constantly. Games, on the other hand, takes years to make. Teams of hundreds and thousands, budgets in the hundreds of millions now, especially now. You can't drop 10 AAA games in a month to keep subscribers happy. It's just not how the medium works. So instead of fixing that problem, Xbox is like,
you know what'll help? Charging you more for the same thing.
Xbox built their reputation on being the consumer-friendly brand. At least they tried to appear that way for most of us. Play anywhere, no console left behind. It's all about the player, blah, blah, blah. But lately, it feels less about the player and more about whatever the quarterly report that's due. And maybe that shift comes down to the change in leadership, maybe. Purely speculating here. We all know Phil Spencer. He's a gamer. He's online. He memes with people. He's out there playing Starfield at 2 a.m. He's chronically online, right? He's made mistakes, sure, but you can tell the guy actually cares about gaming and the gamers and the gaming culture.
Gaming.
Now we got Sarah Bond seemingly stepping into the more of a leadership spotlight lately. And again, nothing against her. She's clearly competent. She handled the Activision Blizzard acquisition, I believe. I think that was her baby, which is one of the biggest deals in gaming industry. And that's no small feat. This is just my read. She doesn't seem like a gamer to me. Maybe she hasn't revealed that part of herself to the public. Maybe that's why, I don't know. But she seems like someone who knows how to make the machine run efficiently, like a corporate shark, if you will. The kind of person who can walk into a boardroom and, make investors happy, which is, don't get me wrong, which is great for Microsoft. But I don't know if that's great for us as players. Because if this is the new direction, these price hikes, the weird monetization ideas are a reflection of the business first mindset, then yeah, we might be in for a tough ride here. Phil gave us Game Pass is for the players. She might be giving us, Game Pass is for the shareholders first, Oh, sorry for the bad joke. All right, now let's talk about the rumored free tier with ads. This one feels like it came straight out of a meeting where someone said,
hey, Netflix and Prime, they're doing ads now. HBO's doing ads now. Why can't we?
And no one in the room had the guts to say, because we make video games, Steve. That's just not how it works. I get the logic on paper. Offer a free version, show some ads, maybe get some, non-paying new people into the Xbox ecosystem. In theory, it sounds pretty clever. But gaming isn't like watching TV, like I mentioned just before. You can't just pause a boss fight for a Doritos commercial. And games are massive. Like you're locked in, you're emotionally and mentally there when you play the game. Even if Xbox tries to be like all smart about it, like,
Oh, don't worry, we'll only show ads before a game starts, like before a match begins.
it still kills the vibe. Especially imagine you playing like an RPG and that happens. Like you're in the middle of emotional scenes and like a freaking Macca's ad pops up. Doesn't make sense. Imagine like booting up Halo Infinite and before you match starts, you get a 50-second unskippable ad for Surface laptops. I don't know. No one wants that. No one asked for that. This just feels very desperate. Like Xbox is going, okay, people are canceling. We need a way to keep the numbers up. Let's give them free Game Pass, but make it painful. The irony, Game Pass used to be the example of how to do subscriptions right. It was all about value. The more you played, the more you won. Now it's starting to feel like we're being slowly funneled into whatever tier makes Microsoft the most money. I still think Game Pass is a great idea as a concept. It changed the industry. It pushed Sony to step up. It gave indie games a spotlight. It made gaming accessible to most of us. But this feels like Xbox forgetting why it worked in the first place. You can't keep charging more, cutting value and stuffing ads in the cracks while calling it innovation. It's like they're trying to have Netflix money with Steam's business model. Those are two completely different planets. And maybe this is just growing pains. Maybe Sarah Bond and the team they're trying to stabilize the business so Game Pass can coexist long term. That's definitely possible. But right now, it feels like Xbox is no longer saying, we love games. It's like they're trying to focus all about profit and try to recoup whatever's lost. I don't know, man. It just feels like Xbox is losing the plot. It seems to be the direction that they're going. And I know a lot of people are canceling their subscriptions now, which I think is a great call. I think, people are kind of realizing now with the massive price hike, what a waste of money it's becoming. A lot of people are canceling them. Maybe it's going to drive Microsoft to fold and sort of roll back whatever they're doing right now. Who knows? Not sure at this point, but yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like and consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.